Oh, I've been waiting for this. Oh boy, I've been waiting for this. What's up, Mitch?
Did y'all see what's going on between these two billionaire men, Bill Gates and Elon Musk? All right, so Bill Krasenstein says, breaking, Bill Gates just accused Leon Scum of expiring children with U.S. aid cuts. Bill Gates stated, the picture of the world's richest men unaliving the world's poorest children is not a pretty one. What are your thoughts? So that's what Brian said. And then this is what Bill Gates said on his personal page, saying, no mother or child should die from a preventable cause. No generation should live in fear of deadly infectious diseases, and no one should be denied the chance to thrive because of where they were born. So that is what he's saying. Then his next post says, we have an opportunity to save more lives around the world than ever before, and I want to do even more to help. That's why I'm giving away virtually all my wealth through the Gates Foundation over the next 20 years. And so then right here, he gives this graph. Part of it is a regular graph, and then part of it is a hand created graph. So this is his wealth over the years. He has a whole lot of wealth. He's worth $108 billion. But he said over the next 20 years, he plans on giving all of this money away, or actually 99% of his money away over the next 20 years, because he's trying to fill in the gap where DOGE and the MAGA Republicans are stripping away money from U.S. aid and all of these programs globally that are helping people, helping these countries feed kids and provide medicine and whatnot. Now, I know that Bill Gates is a figure that gets condemned for multiple things. I totally get that. But this man is willing to put his money where his mouth is. That is what he's saying right here. And he's saying that what Leon Scum is doing right now is unconscionable. So that is where we are right now. And here is an article from CNBC. Bill Gates plans to close his foundation, give away nearly all of his fortune over 20 years. I don't want people to say he died rich. This quote right here was from a blog post. It says, people will say a lot of things about me when I die, but I am determined that he died rich will not be one of them, wrote Gates, who's 69. There are too many urgent problems to solve for me to hold on to resources that could be used to help people. And that is literally what Leon Scum could do. Leon Scum wants more babies to be born. Cool. Why don't you give money to needy people? Why don't you make sure that people are not food insecure? Why don't you make sure that people that have health conditions, issues, that are sick, have money? No, you won't do that. You would rather strip money, so you make it harder. So at least this man is saying that he is willing to give this money away. So here is an article from NBC saying Bill Gates accuses Elon Musk of unaliving poor children by cutting foreign aid and says he's giving away his money. All right, so we've already gone over some of this. I'm going to skip through some of the parts that I've already said. All right, it says, in a wide-ranging interview with the Financial Times, Gates addressed Scum's recent cuts to the U.S. Agency for International Development, the federal agency responsible for distributing foreign aid around the world. Scum's Department of Government Efficiency, known as DOGE, effectively shut down the agency in February. Gates, 69, criticized the shuttering of the agency, accusing Musk of risking a resurgence of diseases such as measles, HIV, and polio. The picture of the world's richest man unaliving the world's poorest children is not a pretty one. I'd love for him to go in and meet the children that have now been infected with HIV because he cut that money, Gates said of Scum. A representative for Musk did not immediately reply to a request for a comment. Last week, Muskrat announced that he would be stepping back from his role at DOGE after Tesla, one of his several companies, reported a sizable drop in first quarter profit. And I really think that we could get that down a little bit more. Like, let that sink down. Like, let it go. Like let it fall off of a cliff and then roll over 37 times and then bam. Like, we could do better. Ugh, look at this quote from a spokesperson for DOGE. Elongated Musty is a patriot working to fulfill Trump's mission to eliminate waste, fraud, and abuse. Harrison Fields, a spokesperson for DOGE, said in a statement, "Backbenchers should celebrate the selfless efforts of America's most innovative entrepreneur who is dedicating time to support American taxpayers and hold Washington accountable to the people of this great nation as he harms kids and stuff. You know, yay, let's go. This is what America should want." Gates, who co-founded Microsoft, also announced that he would give up his remaining wealth to his nonprofit. Okay, we already talked about that. The billionaire philanthropist also said that the foundation would be ceasing operations on December 31st, 2045, sooner than originally projected. People will say a lot of things about me when I die, but I am determined that he died rich will not be one of them. Okay, cool. We already discussed that. In February, Gates met with Trump at the White House to advocate for continuing foreign aid disbursements from U.S. aid. In an interview with NBC's Today show shortly after the White House meeting, Gates warned that replicating U.S. aid's work would be difficult. Getting those people out there in their depth of experience, that's an asset that would be very hard to recreate. Gates said in his blog post that since he and his former wife, Melinda Gates, started the foundation, it has donated more than $100 billion. He said he expects it will donate another $200 billion over the next 20 years, including from its endowment and Gates' future personal donations. That is amazing. I wonder, and we already know, Melinda Gates be out there spreading that money. Melinda Gates does do that. So this is amazing that he's out there and he's taking charge of this. Gates has a personal fortune of $168 billion, according to Bloomberg's Billionaires Index, which ranks him as the fifth wealthiest person in the world. The Gates Foundation mission remains rooted in the idea that where you are born should not determine your opportunities. I'm excited to see how our next chapter continues to move the world closer to a future where everyone, everywhere has a chance to live a healthy and productive life. So after I read all of that, you all join in. Let me know what you think. We have this man giving out money. We have this man stripping money, yet talking about let's have more babies. So join the conversation. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.
My commitment to put virtually all my wealth into the foundation.
Bill Gates plans to give, quote, virtually all his money away and end the Gates Foundation in 20 years. Bill and Melinda French Gates created the foundation in 2000 and planned for the organization to continue its work for several decades after they die. One of the world's largest philanthropies, the Gates Foundation centers on global health and equity initiatives. Gates announced he now plans to distribute all his wealth, around $200 billion he estimates, in the next 20 years before closing the foundation in 2045.
I'll be 90 by the time it's all given away, and innovation will make a huge, huge difference here. And so I think, my optimism is well justified, despite an incredible emergency that we're living through right now.
Well, Bill Gates and I are not best friends, to say the least.
Why?
So, I don't know. He is maybe the real distinction is not right or left, but is someone an expansionist or an extinctionist? So, he has some issues. This is true. And I mean, obviously, I'm super expansionist oriented because I think that's a far more exciting future than going extinct. Sounds obvious when you say it like that, but I still run into a lot of people who think Earth is overpopulated. So I'm like kind of hammering this point. We're not overpopulated, we're underpopulated. Yeah, make babies great again. Yes.
Overpopulation is a myth pushed by those who want to limit freedom and growth.